for the baklava, the ingredients we will need. I have 600 grams of FILO pastry pre-rolled. You can spend the time and make your own FILO pastry, but just to save time and probably money as well, just buy the pre-rolled stuff, it's much easier. For the sugar syrup then, I have 250 grams of caster sugar, 300 mils of water, and 125 grams of runny honey. I also have 1 lemon that we'll use the juice from as well. Over the back here, I have 200 grams of pistachio nuts, 100 grams of walnuts, and 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. And I've got a 250 gram block of butter here. You'll also need a nice oven dish. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do, pop all of our nuts and our cinnamon into our food processor. We're just going to blitz that up until it forms quite a coarse crumb. Not too fine, we still want some nice texture in there. So that's pretty much perfect. So set that to a side, we'll need that later on. So the next thing we need to do is make our sugar syrup. So turn a pan onto a medium heat and go in with your water, your sugar and your honey. I'm just going to stir that, let it come to a nice light simmer. We want that sugar and that honey to dissolve in there. Okay, so as your sugar, water and honey start to come to the boil and simmer away, squeeze the juice of your lemon into that mixture, and then you just want to allow that to simmer away there and thicken up just a touch for around 8 to 10 minutes. So our sugar syrup here is just finishing off for the last couple of minutes. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop this butter into the microwave and just melt that down. Okay, so I've just melted our butter, popped a little brush in there, and our sugar syrup is finished. I'm just going to set that to a side until we need it later. So the next step will be slightly different depending on the size of your FILO pastry. So first things first, I'm going to take a little bit of butter. I'm just going to grease all the way around my dish. Okay, then I'm going to take 1 or 2 sheets of the FILO. Just going to lay it best I can along the bottom of the dish and then cover that in butter. You might have noticed it's probably not the healthiest of desserts. You're allowed a treat every now and again. It really is worth it. So what you want to do is build up 6 to 8 layers of FILO pastry. Every layer that you add on, make sure you butter it. Okay, so I have got 8 layers on there now. So for the first time, we are going to sprinkle a bit of our pistachio, walnut and cinnamon on there. Nice and light, don't want too much at this stage. We're going to repeat this every 6 to 8 layers of pastry. Okay, once you've got a nice sprinkling on, same again, 6 to 8 layers of pastry on. Make sure you butter each one. Right, that's my next set of 8, so same again, another light sprinkling of this nut and cinnamon topping. And once again, build up your layers. So that is our third set of 8 sheets on there. Once again, sprinkle your nuts and your cinnamon on. With this one, you want to ensure you leave enough just for a light topping because we are coming to the end of our layers. And I'd say that's about enough to leave over. Okay, so our final 6 to 8 sheets of FILO on the top. Okay, so just finished laying our last sheet on. Now, if you want, you're like me, you can just trim off this excess very carefully all the way around the edge. That'll just neaten it up a little bit. And then I'm going to take a nice sharp knife and we're just going to cut either into rectangles or into diamonds, okay? And then with our remaining little bits of nuts, just sprinkle a little bit into the center of each piece. And then we're going to pop this into the oven to bake. A preheated oven at 180 degrees, and this wants roughly 30 minutes until it's gone a nice golden brown colour. Okay, so 30 minutes later, you can see lovely and golden brown. So you want to take your sugar syrup from earlier and just evenly and gently pour that over the top of your baklava. So once that sugar syrup's poured on there, just allow that to soak in for about 6 hours or overnight, and then you're ready to enjoy. It's best served warm with a little bit of ice cream.